Hi everybody, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's snowing outside. So it's February 19th, and even with all the snow outside, we gotta start thinking about our garden. So I have right here, we have this awesome 72 greenhouse starting kit. All right, I got this at Walmart and it was only like $7.47 or something. It was less than $8. And this has 72 peat pellets, and we are gonna put our seeds in there to germinate. And on the back of the packaging, there is this nice graph so you can label things, because you wanna keep track of all of your seeds. So the first thing I'm gonna start off in the first row is our sugar snap peas. Those are an early harvest vegetable. You sow them early in the spring, and they're frost resistant, and then they're one of the first things you can start harvesting. Next is gonna be our sunflowers. Last year I planted the sunflowers outside into the ground, the seeds directly into the ground. None of them blossomed or bloomed or germinated. And basically what had happened was that the chipmunks and the squirrels dug down into the ground and ate all of my sunflower seeds. So I'm definitely starting these indoors so I can just transplant actually growing plants into the ground outside. All right, so now these two right here, those two I know I want to start indoor soon. Okay, now one thing, watermelon. I'm gonna hold off on the watermelon. Watermelon takes up a considerable amount of land. So if you're gonna plant a watermelon, you need a great deal of land. So I'm gonna have to wait on that till later. I'm not sure how much space I'm gonna clear to plant things. So the pumpkins, I'm also gonna hold off because those are usually a fall thing anyhow. But I've got summer squash. So I'm gonna check on what's the best process for planting seeds for squash. Rosemary, definitely I want to do because I want to start that soon. Our corn, I did not have any success with the corn. Last year the hurricane destroyed the whole crop. So I'm kind of torn about starting corn. So I'm going to put that in my, I don't know yet, pile. Our parsnips, our beets. The lady at Walmart who's looking through stuff too told me she grew a lot of beets last year and they did really, really well. So where I am in Orange County, New York, I guess the soil is good for beets, but I don't know anything about them, so I'm gonna have to do a little research. Also, I've got carrots, so we're gonna have to do these root vegetables. I'm gonna have to research it. And then I've got some spinach, and that is a leafy green that's gonna be harvesting early in the spring, in the summer. And so that's probably something I'm gonna do next too. All right, and then I actually have a whole bunch of other things, marigolds, and then our basil, a whole bunch of different herbs. So let's get started though, and I'll show you as we go along. So sugar snaps, we're gonna start right away. What I need to do is, we're gonna, now, if we were doing tons of one type, we could just pour water into this entire thing and soak all of the pellets. But since we're only doing the first 2 rows, I'm just gonna take these out, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in a flat container, pour in warm water, and let them soak, and you'll see they'll puff up. And then we're gonna loosen up the soil inside of it. It's called peat, it's peat. And then we're gonna put in 1 or 2 seeds per pellet. All right, so I'm gonna take these out, soak them with water, show you that. All right, so my little helper is here today helping me. We're gonna start planting our seeds. So, honey, now if I had a flat sheet pan or something down here, that would have been fine. This bowl is big enough to hold all of that. Do you want to pour the water in? We'll show everybody how they puff up. All right, so now that's warm water, and we're gonna pour it into the bowl, and now watch, these are gonna puff up. Great, thank you.
How?
So now it's gonna take a little while, but you can see they start to puff up. So we gotta soak those, and then you'll see how big they get after they've been soaking for a while.
Okay. Whoa, you're touching it.
Yeah, so we're gonna let that soak and then they'll puff up. All right, look how big and fat they've puffed up. All right, so now since I don't want the rest of them to get wet, these first 2 rows, I emptied those out so those don't get wet. And see how big that got? All right, so I'm gonna put that back in its spot. And obviously this tray is made so that you wet everything in the tray, but since I'm not doing all of these at the same time, I took them out. And next time, maybe I should get smaller ones, but you gonna help me? Thank you. We're gonna put them in the first 2 rows only, okay? See how big they are now? Great.
Right here.
See, there's that small. So let me show you how much it puffed up. Okay. All right, let's get these, and then we're gonna get our seeds and put them in. All right, so here are our peat pellets puffed up, and you wanna open up the top, loosen it up, see like this, so the plant doesn't have a hard time growing. And then you're gonna loosen up the soil that's inside of it, all right?
I
So
will
you can
do these ones.
Sure, okay. So we're gonna loosen up that soil, and then that way, hold on, sweetie, let me show everybody what the seeds look like first, and then we'll plant them. Here we have the sugar snap peas, okay, and this is the back, and on the back it shows you when you can plant them outdoor. So we're in the green area, New York State, right here, lower New York State, and April, May, and August is when they can go outside. All right, so we are gonna now get them inside and start them off as seedlings and then plant them outside in April. So this is what the actual seed looks like. And we just are gonna put it, it'll say the sowing depth too. It should say, there we go, depth 1 inch. All right, and that is how deep you need to plant. It'll say, sow in average soil in full sun in early spring for first crop and late summer for fall crop. Sow seeds 2 inches apart in double rows spaced 6 inches apart with 24 inches between each set of rows. Cover with 1 inch of fine soil. Seedlings emerge in 7 to 14 days. Thin to stand 4 to 6 inches apart when seedlings are 1 to 2 inches high. All right, so we want to do a 1 inch depth of our seed. And we're going to do 2 seeds per pellet just to ensure that something happens.
Can I do it?
Okay, yeah. You're going to put it one right there and then one right, oops, drop that one. One right here. And you're going to press it down.
Did you do this one or this one?
We're doing the peas, so you're going to put 2 in each one. And then we're just going to press it down.
Can I press it now?
Sure. And then we'll press it down, and then we'll cover it up loosely with the peat. So that way we have about a 1 inch depth. So now these are our sunflower seeds, and the seeds are actually really quite big. And on the back it says for our green, it's May to June. But I do want these to be quite big, so I might actually transplant them into larger planters, so that way when they go outside, they can be even bigger. So we're gonna get these in, see what they look like? See, they look just like sunflower seeds you'd get in a bag, except these haven't been treated, so these will germinate. Okay, so we're gonna put, actually they're kind of small. We're gonna put 2 again, okay? Honey, you wanna put 2? And these, we wanna put this side down, the pointed side down. We're gonna put 2 per each one. And again, we're gonna do the same thing. We'll press it down and cover it because these 2 want to be a 1 inch depth. So we're gonna do 2 per one. Yeah, there you go, thank you.